Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Bonehead Sports Podcast. This is going to be our NFL episode for the week, or supposed to be last week, or whatever.
Weekend.
And
a little late, but
a little late.
Better
we got
late
some
than
things
never.
come up, but it's okay. So
Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, rate us on Spotify and iTunes. It goes a long way. And give us some feedback.
Yes.
Always love some feedback. We'll let us know what you guys want to hear. And hopefully the audio sounds better this time.
God, I hope so.
At least for Spotify purposes.
Yeah. So I guess we just get right into it with I guess the biggest thing that happened.
The Tyreek Hill trade?
Yeah. Which I don't think anybody expected.
I was at work and it just came out of nowhere. To be honest, I saw tweets that there were rumor or Tyreek Hill was unhappy with his contract and wanted because Devontae is now getting paid $28 million a year, so he was like, I wanted a bigger contract, and the Chiefs weren't budging at the time.
I just don't think they can afford him at all because how much money they're paying, everybody already, Kelsey and Mahomes.
The trade feels like they did it way too quickly, and they pulled the trigger way too fast.
I feel it was 3 picks, or it was 5 picks.
It was 6 picks.
I feel like that's
it was
not even enough.
I believe it was a first, a second, or it was a first, a second, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths.
That just doesn't seem like enough. I feel like at least a player should have been thrown in.
But I don't know. I think both teams, because now the Dolphins have 2 really fast wide receivers in
Pretty sure it's
Hill
the fastest
and Waddle.
duo now in the league.
Yeah, and they had the cap to go pay him,
Mm-hmm.
and the Chiefs did not. But he had 1 year left on his contract. He could have played out that year, and then you could have let him hit free agency.
It had to be something behind the scenes
out of it. Yeah,
because it's, I guess maybe instead of letting him walk, and then not get anything out of return for it, they traded him.
Haul of picks.
Yeah, because also it's the best. Well, I guess the best wide receiver draft in a couple years now.
I mean, now wide receiver drafts are all you look at last year, you got really good wide receivers.
I guess just the influx of it. There's so many now this draft.
Yeah.
So I feel like
it's starting to be like running backs where you have an abundance of good receivers.
So I feel like they're just well, if we want to at least get something out of him, I feel like we can get a decent amount. I think that was. I don't think it's a terrible.
I think both sides win, but the Chiefs, we can't really know what they're gonna do until they use the picks.
I mean, they got Juju, so I feel like they'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, they have Juju, MVS, Josh Gordon, and now they have 2 firsts this year, so they can draft a receiver.
I'm pretty sure they're mid-round picks, or
they have 29 and 30.
Oh, you still get some good picks out of that.
You could get. I mean, they can get still in this draft a good wide receiver at 29 and 30. That'll make an impact day 1.
Yeah. Who knows comes out of the other rounds, Still good players come out.
Because still Jamison Williams can drop to 29-30 because of his ACL that he tore, sadly.
Yeah.
But I don't think this trade inherently made much sense to do it so fast because you had a year left on his contract, and that's a year to figure out how you're gonna work the cap to keep him, because obviously you want to try to keep a guy like Tyreek. But I guess Miami offered 6 picks, and that's an offer you couldn't really refuse. But also the Jets were in the running for it, but
they're in the running for a lot of people right now. They said they want Debo. They want
the Niners aren't gonna give Debo.
No, not at all. I don't think. I'm saying that was just one of the people that they were for some reason worth
they could have
shopping.
beat Miami's offer. They could have offered up the 10th overall pick. And
now it has to be a no-brainer.
But I guess Tyreek wanted to waive his. I think he had a no trade clause and just wanted to go to Miami.
I think it also could have been a case of it was kind of so unexpected that no other teams thought it would be like possible. That like right now they want to trade him. And so I guess like maybe the Dolphins came knocking unexpectedly. They're like, might as well, just get the picks out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only like logical reason
But the Dolphins
why that
still
could
have
happen.
2 firsts next year.
Yeah, because they've been asked forever.
I mean, I think that's mostly because of the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yeah.
Like a while ago.
So I feel like it's interesting. I don't know how, like, going from Patrick Mahomes to Tua is going to be and how that will really work out, but I don't think Tua's bad. I just think
I think this is a make or break year for Tua.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that last podcast.
But even more now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he has no excuses.
Yeah, he has Tyreek Hill. Like, just throw it somewhere.
He has Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Mm-hmm. They got Teron Armstead to beef up that offensive line. Mm-hmm. They got Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
Chase Edmonds.
They got a solid squad now. Like, out of a week, they have a solid squad. Like, key players.
Like, now, if they don't produce, you obviously know the problem is Tua.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go get somebody. I honestly thought if they didn't want to run with Tua, they could have like traded for Matt Ryan. They could have offered up a second instead of a third. That what the Colts gave him.
Or even like Jameis Winston, coming off an injury.
Yeah, but if the Dolphins had Matt Ryan right now, I would put them in like a.
Oh yeah, because Matt Ryan, he's older.
But he's a lot better.
Yeah, he still has a really good arm.
Like he's still top 15 quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's weird about like him going to the Colts because that's just like a.
They don't have weapons.
They have nothing.
Jonathan Taylor.
That's it.
Jonathan Taylor, and they had cap space and didn't.
They have a decent O line. Yeah.
Their pass O line's trash.
Yeah.
Like it's like I think it was like in the bottom 20.
I think.
But their run block
is kind of.
It's okay.
Yeah, they have they have Quan Alexander. No, they have
they just traded for Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah.
And they have that dude from San Francisco.
Yeah, I can't remember.
D-Buck.
Yeah, DeForest Buckner. There we go. Yeah. So I mean, like.
But
he got traded there, right? I'm not tripping. He was traded.
Who?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, they traded a third for him, which I feel Miami could have beat that offer.
100%. Yeah, but they wouldn't have given him 5 picks though. It would have been like 2, 3.
For Ryan?
Yeah.
A 2 beats. They just offer a 2, and that beats the 3.
I mean, yeah.
And that makes them Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. Their defense was good
last
year.
I mean, yeah, I guess, because he's already, he's certified, and he's a very good player.
He has experience over, not the best offensive lines. Mm-hmm. And the one year he had a really good team, he was MVP and went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he lost, but he still got him there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Tyreek Hill, that would have been pretty nasty, honestly.
Because I don't think he has a better ability to hit those deep throws than Tua does. Maybe,
he has a great arm.
I think Tua has a limited arm. Like
he's more medium range. That's like his limit.
He's like a Drew Brees where he has accuracy and good. I mean, not good decisions yet.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of watching him last year, sometimes his decisions were quite questionable.
Yeah.
But Tua has the ability to have a top 15 season. That's his ceiling.
Yeah.
But until otherwise, we won't know. I think he's top 20. He's in the 20 to 25.
He's just such an unknown still, because he just had Jalen Waddle last year, but they had the whole.
He also got injured last year. He's gotten injured every year.
Yeah. And even when he was there last year, they had the whole debacle with their head coach.
Yeah. So where they wanted Watson.
Yeah. So it's just
they went on that 7-game win streak last year,
mm-hmm.
but I think it was their schedule was paper soft.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a fluke because the second they played a real team in the Titans, they kind of folded.
Instantly.
If they beat the Titans, they would have been in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Because they would have been able to beat New England the last week of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just that was. I don't know. So I guess they have really a big year. I guess we were already saying for Miami.
Yeah.
No one knows. I don't even know what to say.
Still win that division.
No doubt.
And in this AFC, they could still easily miss the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless like just for like play devil's advocate, unless Tua has just an insane season and he's just fully healthy,
Yeah, but
and
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happen either.
I
But
don't.
like you never know with football. Like football is any given Sunday, you know. So like
Yeah.
all of a sudden he could just turn it up. So like who really knows? But
We
I
are
don't
going
think
into
it's
his
likely.
third year. So
Yeah. That's kind of when you start seeing players either make it or break it.
Yeah. So we'll see if he can make that leap to like a above average quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible. Maybe even higher, depending on how.
Maybe. I feel like his ceiling's like 10.
Yeah, that's still really good.
But in a Mike McDaniel system
Mm-hmm.
where it's run heavy, RPO based, you're not.
Well, they're gonna have to change it because now they have Tyreek for
I mean,
what, 5
Tyreek
years?
can play that Debo role.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely can.
Because I feel like that's what they wanted him for. Because he can play that Debo role where Jimmy G is kind of similar to Tua, where his deep accuracy ain't really there.
I've seen some moments. I've seen some moments where Jimmy G can air it out. It's far and few, but I've seen it more happen than.
I mean,
with
Tua
Tua
can hit one here or there. Like
Yeah.
he's not incapable of doing it. It's just not consistent enough to rely on it like that.
I feel the difference between Jimmy and Tua is that Jimmy overthrows like the deep route, while Tua just doesn't throw it far enough.
Yeah.
You know. So I feel
That's
like you
fair.
want someone who can
Like,
overthrow it, who can't.
I
throw
feel
it
like
there.
Mike McDaniels is perfect for that situation because you have a limited quarterback and he's been used to working with Jimmy G for a couple of years, and they went to the NFC Championship last year with Jimmy G. Granted, they lost, but Jimmy G wasn't the inherent reason that they lost.
Yeah, it was kind of
Like that
one
pick
play.
at the end wasn't really his fault
Mhm.
because I mean, it's either you try to make a play and throw a pick or you lose the game.
Yeah.
So like I don't really blame him for that. And I don't think Jimmy G, I think he gets slandered too much.
I agree.
He's definitely like a good like he can be your starting quarterback.
Mhm.
He's good enough to be a starter, but he's like not an elite starter, but he's too good to be a backup, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
He's in that like range where he can get you some wins, but you wouldn't want him to be like if a team would want him if he was your backup.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's proven that he can lead, like not lead a team, but like manage a team well enough to get them to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like also that Super Bowl year was a little, I guess, not inflated, but like just because how good the D line was and our defense in general.
Yeah.
I feel like that really helped because then it gave them a cushion to where they can
D-line
stop him from
folded
scoring.
in the Super Bowl though.
Yeah, that's instantly when the day we lost because the D line folded and then it was like Jimmy G couldn't. Because we had a good D line, it gave him good
People
cushion.
called that Jimmy G overthrow on Emmanuel Sanders the sole reason why they lost.
No,
But
not at
there's
all.
Several reasons.
There's multiple reasons how like Tyreek Hill is wide open on the left side of the field with 3 people around him, like he's just right here, and everyone's just like this, wide open. Like that's that's the reason why we lost.
Yeah.
And then Richard Sherman just like forgetting how to play a cornerback. So
I
like
love how we get off topic so fast.
it's just like that's why that loss happened, not because of Jimmy G.
But Mike McDaniels, I wouldn't say this year, but next year I could see them having success. But if Tua doesn't do good this year, I could see them moving on.
Yeah, I think give him maybe one more. Give him just one more year.
Maybe play out his rookie contract. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're going into his 3rd year. But no matter what he does, he's never gonna like. It's always gonna be a bust, not bust, but like you could have had Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shadow's always gonna be looming
Yep.
over him because of how amazing like Herbert is as a top 5 quarterback, and Tua's definitely not.
Nowhere
But
near.
there was no way to know that at that time.
Yeah, it's like shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, you can't really go
But
off
like
of
going
what if.
into the draft, Herbert had the higher ceiling than Tua,
Yeah,
but Tua was more like it's like a Mac Jones thing where Mac Jones has the lower ceiling but is more NFL ready.
I feel like Mac Jones could be a really solid quarterback though. For the rest of his-
Yeah, but like if Zach Wilson and Trey Lance hit their potential, and Trevor Lawrence, like
Mhm.
if they hit their potential, they're eventually gonna be better than Mac Jones.
I don't see Zach Wilson being better than Mac Jones. I feel like they're right around the same area.
I don't know. Zach Jones has that arm strength and the out of pocket move.
Yeah, but like in
maneuverability.
college, like Mac Jones was a really good quarterback. Granted, he played for Alabama, but he had a lot of moments where like he turned it up and was able to like drive the ball down the field. But like,
I mean, BYU was no slouch when
they were no
Zach Wilson
slouch,
was
but
there.
like they were really nothing insane happened with Jack Wilson there.
I mean, but they also don't have the talent that Alabama does.
Yeah.
Like when Josh Allen was at Wyoming, he wasn't like their team wasn't amazing, but you look at who he was throwing.
But Justin Herbert at Oregon, they were just like Oregon's always a solid team. They're never like always bad. But,
not
like,
anymore.
Well, even he was there, they were just solid.
Yeah.
They weren't like a good team really. But Justin Herbert still like prevailed and played really good there.
But on the base of speaking, since we're at the topic of Oregon, Marcus Mariota signed with the Falcons on a 2-year deal.
I like that.
I mean, they're going into a rebuild.
He's a good quarterback too.
He's good. He's maybe not. He's not like the best, but
no, but he's still better than most options that could have been out there.
Yeah,
he's maybe not a Jimmy
duct
G.
tape quarterback. He's a good duct tape quarterback. Yeah. Like you play out this year. You know, if it goes well, it goes well. If it goes bad, you get
it most likely will.
Like the next year draft class, you have Bryce Young and other really good QBs. So, tank for Bryce Young? I don't know. But
it's the Falcons we're talking about here. They haven't done really a smart thing since drafting like Kyle Pitts, and they don't even.
I don't know AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell is a steal. They drafted Kyle Pitts and don't even know what to do with him. So
I mean, he's a wide receiver that's in the tight end position.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Like he's not really a tight end.
He's not, but then like utilize him as a wide receiver. Then not like but playing as tight end. Don't use him as just like a pass blocker or just playing as a blocker because he had two touchdowns last year.
I think he had one,
and that was in London.
He had over 1,000 yards.
He did, but like utilize him in the end zone. You know, like he obviously if he has 1,000 yards, he can catch the ball. Like,
but I don't see the Falcons being good, but I see them being fun to watch.
Yeah, because I mean,
especially watching the Saints Falcons, where we get to see the 1 and 2 pick and the 2015 draft.
Yeah, be fun.
I mean, I feel like Marcus Mariota, if he went to a situation better than Atlanta, he could have proved himself a little bit more.
There was really nowhere else to go, though, I feel like.
But, like, he's been with Arthur Smith before when he was in Tennessee. So, like, I see why it was mutual. But I feel like he gets a bad rap for what he did in Tennessee because he was drafted to an offense that was never really designed for him.
He was one of the first mobile QBs, really.
He's like a mobile hybrid quarterback, and they were more RPO, stand in the pocket type of team, and that didn't really fit his play style. And that's what I'm worried about because he's going back with Arthur Smith.
Yeah, but I also feel like since it's like just Atlanta, like he can really do whatever the fuck he wants, kind of thing. Like I think you have more flexibility to move around, run around, because like there's no one really
offensive line's subpar.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to move no matter what. So like if he just stays in the pocket,
they're gonna suffer from not having Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, that's. I mean, now Kyle Pitts now, so hopefully Kyle Pitts fucking like turns it up, and it's because it's just him.
They have to draft a receiver.
They have to.
With their, I think they have the 9th overall. Yeah, they have the 9th or the 8th overall. They have to draft someone.
If they don't, like, they gotta fire everybody in the front office because that's just like a travesty.
They need they need a lot of stuff, but their first string is Zacchaeus right now. Their first string receiver because they also lost Russell Gage.
Yep.
Oh my, that got really loud.
What?
The audio for you got really loud for a second.
My fault. Where did Russell Gage go to? He went to
He went to Buccaneers.
Bucks, yeah.
So they have even better wide receiving core now, if that was possible.
Bucks might win it all this year. If you want to talk about
They also re-signed Fournette. Yeah. But they also lost Alex Kappa.
Yeah.
Alex Kappa and Ryan Jensen.
I feel like they're...
Or did they re-sign Ryan Jensen? I'm not sure. I think they re-signed
him, yeah.
They lost Kappa to the Bengals.
Yeah. That was a big pickup for the Bengals. But I feel like the Bucks could... Let's focus on the Falcons right now. But I feel like...
It's
a throwaway year.
If they wanted to at 8, I wouldn't be mad if they took Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati.
What position do you play?
Cornerback, but then you have him and AJ Terrell. You have cornerback locked up for you have a really good duo.
Yeah, but then Their offense
Because honestly,
is just Kyle Pitts.
since they need like a lot of stuff, they could just go best player available.
That's what they should
And
do.
if imagine like a AJ Terrell and Sauce Gardner duo, like that would
Yeah,
like AJ Terrell was an All Pro last year, and Sauce Gardner hasn't didn't let up a touchdown his entire college career. Like
yeah,
he has that potential to be the Jalen Ramsey potential. He has Jalen Ramsey potential.
yeah.
Like it's there.
I feel like it's
At,
like you're saying they can go either way, but I feel like the
yeah.
smarter way is offense, no matter what. Like that's just what they're
At least
lacking.
in the NFL right now,
Yeah,
especially.
like that's just what they need
Offenses.
the most. It's such an offensive heavy game. Like that's why like, I'm not worried about the Bucks losing Kappa because they have so many offensive weapons now. They just like
Yeah.
they have the ball gone in
And
like
I'm
3
sure
seconds.
they're good at drafting, so
Yeah,
they'll be able to pick up a guard in the 1st
Mhm.
round probably.
yeah.
But
Anything happen
the
with Bucks
Falcons,
recently? No.
but the Falcons at least will be fun to watch this year. Like
Mhm.
it's not like Marcus Mariota. You have Cordell Patterson's back.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. You still have him. Like you have AJ. Like it's not like they're starless. They have some
Yeah,
good talent. It's just like
they need
at-
more.
yeah, they need more. Like they're safe. They need safety help. Their D line's a mess. I mean, they have Grady Jarrett, but like he's old.
It's like in the NFL right now, you need at least 3 to 4 really solid players to even be like
Yeah.
on either side.
I mean, if
to be
Calvin
competitive.
Ridley was there,
They'd be straight. Yeah, they'd be totally fine.
I don't
But-
think totally fine, but they would be in a better situation.
Well, Calvin Ridley was still a very good wide receiver,
Yeah.
like when he was playing. So I feel like they'd be more. They wouldn't be fine. They'd be more okay and way more okay.
What if they
than
bring
are now.
Julio back? He's a free agent.
I was thinking that,
What if
but I
he
think
goes
you
back?
want to play with Matt Ryan.
You know what I realized after our last episode?
Hmm.
Everything, all of the predictions we made, kind of like a couple of them just went out the window.
Yeah,
I think the only one we really hit on was Teron Armstead.
that's just free agency, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's just like the unexpected always happens. Like it's the fact that they released Julio is honestly insane. I can't
I
believe.
mean,
that.
he's old and didn't really produce last year.
He was just hurt all
and
year.
they were paying him like 20 mil.
He was hurt all year,
Or,
and then
like-
when he was back, they were like, "I'm not throwing the ball to you." Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
made one of the best catches that year. So like the scramble or
The one that bumps off the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you like juggle it. Like that still
Yeah.
shows something, you know.
Like he still has the talent. He's just I think he's losing that physical speed
just because he's getting hurt all the
just
time.
because he's hurt and
Mhm.
old. Like I think he's like 32 or 33.
Yeah, he's not that old. I feel like, but for wide receiver, that's
Yeah, like only
it's getting there.
we only see really quarterbacks playing
Hmm.
still really well. Because like
Like a
Russell
center.
Wilson's like 33,
Yeah,
and we still consider him young for a quarterback because now
Yeah.
they're playing into their like 40.
yeah. Tom
But
Brady kind of revolutionized that.
yeah. But anyway, on to our next topic. Matt Ryan, since we're at the Falcons, got traded to the Colts,
Hmm.
and I want to discuss: does Matt Ryan make the Colts a playoff contender in the AFC this year?
Not at all.
Not
He's
at all.
good, but they
You
still
don't
have
think
nobody.
it's close?
They still have nobody.
I mean, they had the most Pro Bowlers last year. They don't have nobody.
Yeah, but no one that makes them like besides Jonathan Taylor, no one that makes them go like, oh yeah, they got it. Like they have a good chance now. You know, like
Quentin Nelson,
yeah, but like,
Darius Leonard.
it's like they're not like guys who make me want to go, oh they're scary now. Like
Yeah.
low key with
they lost-
with Dolphins, they're scary now.
Yeah.
No one's on that team besides Jonathan Taylor that's like they're scary.
I mean, they're probably going to be mediocre.
yeah, I mean
but
they can
they're
make the
not gonna
playoffs.
They're not going to be bad. I feel like the only way they make the playoffs is that they win the division.
Yeah, the first round
That's
exit
the
though,
only
no matter
way.
what. Like
First round
game,
exit, though.
yeah, like they won't get harder than that. Unless we get Matty Ice back, and Matty Ice just like 2016, you know, turns it up. But
I mean, I feel if they draft, what do they have their first draft pick this year? I don't think they have
I
a
don't-
first this year. They don't have a first this year.
yeah, so I mean, like they have
So,
to
like-
just rely on this team basically. You
I
can
mean,
still get
if
good
they
picks.
Get a good receiver. I mean, I feel like their number one need right now is receiver.
Mhm.
Because other than Michael Pittman, you have, I don't even know. Zach Pascal,
Do they still have T.Y. Hilton?
he's a free agent. They haven't re-signed him.
They should.
He's old.
He is, but
he's
still,
always hurt.
He is kind of always hurt now. He's tough, but T.Y. Hilton is like, if he's healthy, playing with like Matt Ryan.
He's only nice against the Titans or the Texans. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He's only nice against the Texans.
Yeah. That is true.
At least in this day and age, I miss old Ty though.
Ty was always like one of the most solid players ever. Like, he was good like every season up until recently.
But I think you obviously have the AFC East winner, probably the Bills. The AFC West will probably take 3 spots by themselves.
Yeah.
At least, and then you have the AFC North. Like, the AFC North also is going to fight for spots because every team except the Steelers in that division is competitive. Mm-hmm. And then you have the AFC South.
No, the Steelers are nobody, never mind.
The AFC South's kind of the odd one out. Like, you have the Titans, but I'm not too thrilled about their offseason so far. I don't think they've gotten any better, which means you get worse, in my opinion. Because if you're not getting better, everyone else is getting better and you're staying the same, which means that you're getting worse, in my opinion.
That makes sense.
But, like, any team from the AFC South probably will be a first-round exit. Unless, like, the Titans go beast mode or, like, Trevor Lawrence has this amazing year and, like, the Jags become really good all of a sudden, which I...
Did they sign anybody recently?
The Jags?
Yeah.
I think they spent all their money already. I don't think they've made any moves after they spent all of it.
I don't see them. I definitely don't see it. 'Cause I'll say it now. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I just don't see it.
Really?
I don't see it.
He looked really good at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Like, the last 3 or 4 games, he was really nice.
I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like it's a recency bias.
It also was his rookie year.
Yeah. It's kind of recency bias, though, because, like, beginning of the year, he was nowhere.
You have to look at who his coaching staff
I mean, yeah.
Like, he had freaking Urban Meyer. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Urban Meyer might go down as one of the worst head coaches of all time.
NFL, yeah.
Yeah, like, ever. Like, his stint was so bad.
Yeah, and it was so toxic, too. That's made it worse.
Like, that probably just took a toll on Trevor. And once Urban left, you could see that they were, like, he was starting to get, like, energy and, like, starting to play a little bit better. And all you really need is that little momentum into next year. Mm-hmm. And it can go a long way, especially for rookies.
Like, I'm happy to be wrong about Trevor Lawrence being good. Yeah. Like, I don't like him. I just don't see, like, that spark. I feel like,
I don't think that he's inherently going to be a bust. He just might not be, like, the next Andrew Luck or the next Peyton Manning that everyone said he was going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's unreal expectations to live up to. Unless you're, like, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, that's... Even when Patrick Mahomes was drafted, no one thought he was going to be that elite.
Mm-hmm. Where did he play college?
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Or Trevor Lawrence, were you talking about?
Yeah, I was talking about Patrick Mahomes. I just didn't know where he played.
Yeah, he played at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think the Colts make it... Even if they win the division, I don't think they make it out of the first round. Because I'm going to list all the teams fighting for a spot. The Bills, the Dolphins.
Guarantee. Almost guaranteed now.
We'll see what with Tua. And then maybe the Patriots, but I think that they're falling behind.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Belichick isn't keeping up with like where the NFL is going. He's trying to stay where the NFL used to be. Like, they're slow old people that like. But and then you have like the Jets may be fun, but they're not going to be competitive for a playoff spot. And then in the AFC North, you have the Bengals, which got better. The Ravens, which are getting most of their team back because they got injured as crap last year.
Yeah, really bad.
And then you still have the Browns, who have Deshaun Watson now.
Who knows with them? But
and then
I mean, the
Steelers always are competitive. With Mike Tomlin. Like, they're not a.
And now they have Trubisky, so they could be something with Trubisky.
Like, Trubisky is probably going to be better than Big Ben was last year.
100%. But he's not 37 years old. I mean, 47 years old with a drinking problem. You know, like.
Yeah. Like, and then you have the AFC West, which is just going to be
scary.
Every AFC West game should be prime time. Yeah. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Watching I'm gonna try to watch every game from that,
Yeah.
from that division.
Do you think the Chiefs are the worst in that division now?
I would still put them above the Raiders
Mm-hmm.
because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And because of Andy Reid as their coach.
And Kelsey.
But that's the only, and I mean, Kelsey.
He's still good though. Like he's
But
still, like
he's better than Darren Waller, but Darren Waller's still really
yeah.
good. But like, I think it depends on what they do with their draft and the rest of their free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if the Raiders low key have been kind of bad at drafting recently. Like they picked Alex Leatherwood last year, and he's been absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Like absolutely horrible for them. But the Chiefs have had good draft picks, other than maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like I don't know. I feel like there was better picks running backs there at the 30 pick.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but like, or at 32 they took him because that was the year after they won the Super Bowl. But I think the Chiefs narrowly just got worse while everyone got better. But
I feel like even like being worse because of just who they have is not like that bad. 'Cause, I mean, they still have Juju. They have Juju Schuster now.
I mean, yeah,
So
but
I
we
feel
haven't
like-
seen a good year from Juju since 2018.
Yeah, but now he has. Well, that's kind of when you think about when Big Ben like finally started falling off. You know, it was 2019, 2020, and last season. Now he has Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like, and they still have Josh Gordon, like you said earlier.
Yeah, but Josh Gordon's old.
He's old,
and,
but like he's still
kinda
solid.
washed.
But like as long as he's not the number one option, he can
Yeah.
still have some good games.
But who's their number one? Juju?
They have to be.
MVS? Maybe?
Yeah, they don't have a clear number one, but I feel like they have enough solid guys to make them
Yeah.
more competitive than the Raiders. I mean, yeah, the Raiders have Devontae Adams now, who is arguably number one best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
But
Now, I think the Chargers are the best team, and then it goes Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, and then Raiders at the bottom. But
yeah,
they're
I feel like
still,
it's interchangeable between the bottom two.
but like I could see any team winning this division realistically. Like it's not set. No one is set in stone.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs have a really hard schedule. Like I'm gonna pull it up right now. But from what I've seen, their schedule next year is really difficult. They obviously have their three division games at home,
Mm-hmm.
and then they also play the Cardinals. They play the Colts, no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Titans. They play the
Yeah.
Rams.
Yeah.
They play the
not the Rams.
Niners.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Bengals, and they play the Bills.
That actually,
And they play Tampa.
that gives me a question. Since you mentioned the Rams, do you think Dave, like coming into next season, will be better, or would
I
you
think
like
I think
will be the same?
I think about the same.
Okay.
But I think their offensive line will be a little bit worse, since I forgot his name.
Yeah,
But
I know what you're talking about.
Andrew
He is-
Whitworth. Andrew
Yeah.
Whitworth retired.
Also,
but-
being how old he was still
He was
really good.
Yeah, he was 40, I believe.
Yeah, which was
For
insane.
left tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it honestly depends, because they traded Robert Woods to the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends, in my opinion, if they bring Odell back.
And Odell had like that really weird tweet about Matt Ryan going to the Colts.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd go to the Colts.
I don't
It
think
is-
he would either.
It is Odell. Odell likes to do whatever the fuck he wants. So like,
he fits, his personality fits LA. Let's
yeah,
be honest.
100%, 100%. I don't see him anywhere else but LA right now. But like,
But
Who
realistically, he's not going to play till like November, December.
yeah,
Like,
which is not too
whatever
late
team
into the
signs
season,
it.
but
I mean, that's about when the Rams got him last season,
mhm.
like around the same time. But
I feel like Odell's right now is just how much longer he can stay healthy, which really
because like
depends his career.
if he didn't, I feel like if he didn't have that injury in the Super Bowl, he would have had a really nice game.
He would have been
Like,
MVP. I feel like.
When he went out, he had 2 catches for like 50
Mhm.
yards and a touchdown,
Yeah.
and that was like the first quarter.
I think he would
But
have been MVP.
I
He was
think-
on pace for it.
I think the Rams will stay relatively the same. You still have Matthew Stafford. You still have Cooper Kupp. They
Mhm.
signed Allen Robinson,
Hmm.
but he kind of had a really bad year last year. But he's been productive in the past. He's had
Mhm.
1,000-yard seasons
Yeah.
with Blake Bortles and Andy Dalton and whatever. Not Andy Dalton. Blake Bortles and Nick whoever the Bears quarterback was.
Trubisky,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he still has but like he's turning 30, and by the end of his contract he'll be 33. But like he's still, I mean, he doesn't need to be their number one because that's what they have Cooper Kupp for.
Yeah.
But like he's probably still going to be a really solid number 2. They still have Van Jefferson. My only hole for them, like Tyler Higbee's like a decent tight end, but he's not anything like super special. And their offensive line. Their offensive line was kind of bad last season, and it got worse.
Yeah.
But their defense is going to be just as good. They still have Donald. They still have Ramsey.
Didn't they add to it?
They lost Joseph Day, though.
Yeah, that's what happened. They didn't add. They lost.
Their D tackle. They lost him. What was our original? How did we go from the Chiefs to the Rams?
So I just asked you because you mentioned them.
I mean, fair.
We never talked about them, so I was wondering what like your thoughts.
But like,
would be.
I still think the Rams are probably the best team in the NFC because it's so weak right now. I think the only team close to them is the Packers.
The Bucks. I mean, like the Bucks aren't a slouch. I feel like this season. And yeah, like they're. Did you unplug your mic? But I mean, like I feel like the Bucks aren't a slouch this season.
Okay, I fixed it.
No worries.
I accidentally unplugged my headphones, and we're back.
I feel like the Bucks won't be a slouch this season. I feel like they'll be really solid. Like I mean, they'll still have Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was still playing as best as I ever saw him in his last season.
I mean, he threw for like what? A lot of yards.
Oh yeah, a lot of yards. He was like number one.
Second in second for MVP voting last year.
He's an android, and they still have way more options now. He can throw to any part of the field, or just do a handoff to Fournette.
My only worry is that their offensive line got a little worse, but not enough for it to matter. In my opinion.
They can draft somebody, and it'll help. That's really
the NFC is so weak.
Yeah,
you have. I mean, we could see the Lions in a wild card spot. Like, I wouldn't be too.
Yeah, like the Niners haven't done anything.
They still haven't traded Jimmy. Like, are they keeping Jimmy G? Are they trading him?
Dude, I couldn't even tell you because the way they're making it seem last season is like that was it. That was his last dance. But
like now, I feel like since the market's kind of set now,
and like, from what I've read, no one wanted to trade for him because of his shoulder injuries. Like,
yeah, I mean that's a fair evaluation.
It is, yeah, but it's just now it's like, okay, then if we're unexpectedly sticking with Jimmy G now for another season,
like,
what else do we have to add?
To be the backup.
Yeah, he is. Like they wouldn't put Trey Lance over him at all. Maybe it would be more of like a. No, I'm not saying they're anywhere comparatively, like the skill wise, but like a Joe Montana, Steve Young, we're just kind of in and out between the two. Yeah. Maybe they start doing that.
Maybe they use Trey Lance as more of like a Taysom Hill type position.
Or that, yeah.
Like he has the physical ability to play that role.
I see it more likely that they trade him out, like maybe between quarters or games.
I don't think that. Oh, I thought you meant trade him out.
No. I meant like trade him, like trade each other out.
Gave up like 2
No. I meant like
they're not doing that.
Like in the first half, put in like Jimmy. Second half, put in Trey Lance, or however. I can see that happening more than him playing Taysom Hill position, but like.
Yeah, I don't think the 49ers are like that, though. I feel like they'll just ride with one until they get in.
I mean, they've done it. They've done it in the past. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that was like 40 years ago.
Yeah. It's in the DNA, to say the least. But
I mean,
I don't know. Like, it's a weird situation in San Francisco right now. They haven't signed anybody. Yeah, we still have Debo. We still have Kittle. But, like, we haven't done... When we got the corner or the safety from
still have Trent
Chiefs.
Williams.
Yeah. So we got the safety from the Chiefs, or corner, or whatever he is.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that helps defense,
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, but he was solid though. Like it was a big loss for the Chiefs, and that was our biggest weakness was the deep ball and how to cover our receivers, because we had a decent OD line, and
yeah, but
so
your corner was not
exactly.
That.
So now we have him, so at least have one side of the field covered.
Y'all should have just re-signed Richard Sherman, in my opinion.
Hell no.
He wasn't horrible.
No, dude, like he like.
Was he bad?
When we first got him, it was like, oh, Richard Sherman, dude, that's awesome. He'd be great. Had like 2 good games. Then I don't know what the fuck happened, but like Space Jam monsters came out and took a skill, dude. I mean, like the decline was just like.
Didn't y'all have Josh Norman last season too? Josh Norman. Right?
Yeah, we did have Josh Norman towards the end of the season. Yeah, and he didn't do shit either. So like, I don't know what's going on with our like. I swear, it's because we lost. What's his name? We lost the Jets head coach. I can't remember his name.
I know. Robert Saleh.
Yeah, we lost him, and our defense.
Bald guy. Were you about to say the bald guy?
The bald guy. Yeah. Ever since we lost him, our defense just nosedived. Like it was like it's so noticeable, and it sucks.
He was a really good D coordinator.
Fantastic, and then we lost him. I get it. We lose him because he gets paid a lot of money to go play for the head coach of the Jets. Like,
I mean, everybody wants to be like.
Yeah, everyone wants to be head coach. I get it. Like, but it's just. He was so good for us. Like, I feel like if we kept him, we would have a way better season than we had last year. But, I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I know, you don't really know. But, like...
Yeah, there's no way. But, as we're on the topics of quarterbacks, what do you think is going to happen to Baker Mayfield? He's still stuck in Cleveland right now.
I thought it'd be a 1-for-1 with him and Deshaun. Like, obviously other picks, but...
Why would the Texans want Baker Mayfield?
Because they have Tyrod Taylor.
No, they have Tyrod Taylor's on the Giants now.
What?
Yeah, he signed with the Giants.
Who they have then?
Davis Mills.
The guy looks like Mike Glennon's cousin.
Don't laugh at my boy Davis Mills.
I mean, but would you rather Davis Mills or Baker Mayfield?
Davis Mills.
Actually?
Yeah, he's cheaper.
I mean, yeah.
You still don't know, like, you know what Baker is at this point.
That's a good point.
Like, he won 4 games on a poverty Texans team last year. Like,
yeah.
And they have all the draft capital in the world now since they traded Deshaun. Like, they got a
yeah, Baker's not fantastic, but I don't think he's a bad... What happened?
The audio's really loud.
Is it?
I don't know why it does that, but it just randomly, like, spiked.
I'll try to talk quieter just so see if it doesn't activate it. But I don't see Baker as a bad quarterback. Like, yeah, he's not...
I think the only spot for him at this point is the Seahawks. I think that's the only place that makes sense.
Yeah, they have freaking... What's his name?
Everywhere else...
They have Drew Lock.
I mean, everywhere else basically has their position settled. Unless he's traded to be, like, a backup. And the one place I heard some people talking about is trading him to Tampa.
I don't think he'll ever be a backup. Like,
I mean,
maybe like Tampa, obviously, because you have Tom Brady, but like anywhere like...
Tom Brady's going to retire eventually.
Yeah, maybe like the Giants, because like Daniel Jones isn't...
I mean, that's why they got Tyrod Taylor. I mean, Daniel Jones, he has a new he has an offensive-minded head coach who I believe is a better head coach than Joe Judge was. And I feel like Daniel Jones has never had the coaching to reach his potential. So I think we'll see this year what that is. And I feel like that's why they went out and got Tyrod Taylor if that doesn't work out.
Yeah. I just don't... Yeah, I guess that's like the best situation, be as reserve somewhere or...
Go to the Seahawks.
I feel like that's the best bet because like...
They still have DK, they still have Tyler Lockett, they re-signed Rashad Penny.
They have good pieces, they just lost Russell Wilson, like...
Yeah. They have a lot of draft picks. They have Noah Fant.
Yeah, that was a big pickup for them, honestly.
Yeah, like, honestly, if Baker goes to Seattle and plays well, their rebuild could be over in like 2 years. I could see it.
Yeah, I can see that too. I think it's definitely feasible.
But like, will Pete Carroll be there in 2 years? He's what, 70 now?
Is Pete Carroll 70, bro?
I think he's the oldest head coach.
I'm looking it up. If he's 70, bro, that makes me feel old.
He is 70, I believe.
He's 70 years old, yeah.
Like,
I gotta say, good-looking 7-year-old.
Does he still want to go through a rebuild?
I don't think he'd want to. He's a good-looking 70. I'm not even trying to be weird. Like, he does not... I can see Bill Belichick being 70, but like...
You have the gills?
I mean, like, honestly...
Stop. No.
It's just crazy to like, see Sean McVay being 36, because that's just, like... He's going to be in the NFL for a long time,
But, like, the only reasonable place that I see Baker going is to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's, like, the only place that doesn't have their quarterbacks.
In, like, a worst-case scenario, like you said, being a backup somewhere.
Because I know that he's not going to stay in Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, they have Deshaun Watson now.
I mean, even to be a backup, he wouldn't want to stay there. That would kind of be, like, humiliating.
Yeah.
But speaking of Deshaun Watson,
That's
transition over to.
yeah. I was just about to say that too. That's like the whole situation there is.
It went from poverty Browns back to like, oh, they can win their division.
Yeah.
Like Deshaun Watson just does that for you.
He's like like he was gone for a year and the whole controversy happened with him, but like
Yeah.
he's still stupid good. Like
he still has the top 5 quarterback potential.
100%. Like it was before it was Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. It was Sean Watson, Patrick Mahomes. You know, like that was the duo, like quarterback duels.
That was like the new young.
Yeah.
Thing.
Like Brady and Peyton. You know.
Yeah, but like, I think Amari is still a solid 1.
Yeah.
They have this is the best offensive line Deshaun's had.
The
best coaching he's had.
The defense is solid.
I mean, their secondary could use a little bit, and they lost a lot of their D-line. I mean, at least now it's literally just Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And, like, a bunch of scrubs, I think.
But Myles Garrett, though, is still, like, he picks up a lot of the pieces,
Yeah,
I feel
but
like.
you can't do it all yourself.
Yeah, you definitely can't, but, like, still him being there is, like, a big, like, it's big, him being there, you know?
Yeah. Like, we'll see if he gets suspended and how long for. Because that'll play a factor in if they're going to be competitive for that division or for a playoff spot in the AFC.
Or even if he is suspended, because the way the court's going right now, like, he's getting not guilty a couple times in a row now for a lot of the cases. So, like, it could just be, like, this is all a fallacy, like a farce, and this was never, like, an actual thing. So who knows?
Yeah, but, like, if he's suspended like 4 games, they have Jacoby Brissett, which can win them a game or two. Like he's not a scrub. He got the Colts 7 wins. Like he's not terrible, but I wouldn't trust him for like a whole season. But if you need him for like 6 games, he can split 3 games. Like he can split 6.
Or honestly, if the Browns want to be like masterminds, if he does get suspended, they keep Baker for those games, and the moment he's back, release him. Just like, have fun, do what you want to do, or just instantly trade him to Seattle.
That would be so terrible.
It would be, but like, I mean, like it's the Browns. I could see them doing some fuck shit like that. It would be hilarious. Might as well use them for like how many games you have, you know?
Yeah.
So like, it's possible.
And I mean, this offseason has been so crazy. There's been so many things to keep up with, and people moving everywhere in every way possible. Like, no one expected Devontae to be moved. No one expected Tyreek to be moved. Like, stuff that's happening is... I mean, Russell Wilson has been, like, rumored to be moving.
Yeah, I feel like that was 2 years in the making.
But, like, it was still really shocking when it finally happened.
To the Broncos of all teams, you know?
The Broncos are going to be scary.
No, not that they're bad, but it's like just that's where he went of all teams.
I kind of feel bad for Noah Fant.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, I finally get to play with a really good quarterback, and then it's like, oh,
now you're gone.
Drew Lock still.
But then he could get Baker, like we were saying, which I feel like that'd be...
that's not much of an upgrade.
Oh, no, from Drew Lock, bro. From Drew Lock.
Man, Baker's kind of poverty.
Ever since Drew Lock got bashed over the head, I feel like he's lost a lot of ability.
I don't know. I just feel bad for the man.
Yeah.
Because he has so much potential to be so good.
Is he still on a rookie contract right now?
Yeah. I think it's his third year. He's going into his 3rd year.
That's rough.
3rd or 4th.
If it's his 4th, I don't blame if he just walks away. If they don't get anybody good.
Yeah. I don't understand how, like, you have people who are, like, 28 or 29. And people are like, oh, he's finally being able to choose where he goes. Like Odell. Like, just don't sign an extension.
I think it's because, really like, it's in the moment kind of thing. And they just believe, oh, this is it. This will be a new place. You know, because the Odell situation, to be fair, like, when he went to the Browns, it looked solid. You know?
Yeah, the
Browns. Like, it looked like it could have been something good. And then Baker just decided never to throw at him or Landry. So it was just...
Still had an 1,000-yard season.
He still did, yeah. But it was like, I don't know. I feel like that whole situation with them in Cleveland was like both like sides were in the wrong, you know. Because
I think that they made a mistake in picking Baker over Odell. They should have picked Odell over Baker.
I mean, yeah. Of course, because Odell
It's like
is one of the best receivers in the league.
In Miami, they're setting it up to where if Tua doesn't work out, they're gonna pick Tyreek over Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just because
that's a no-brainer though. I feel like comparatively to Baker at the time.
I mean, Baker didn't have like a top 10 season.
He was young, younger and had. I feel like at the time he was like a Mac Jones comparatively to Tua.
At the time that all of the controversy was happening, Baker was struggling.
Yeah.
And Odell obviously wasn't. He was still getting open. He was just. It's not his fault that he wasn't getting the ball.
I think it was just a case, like a normal case of the Browns front office, just like.
Because like, look, now they got rid of. Landry? They got rid of Baker anyway.
Oh yeah.
They got rid of Baker anyway, so.
And they got Deshaun Watson out of it, so I feel like they're definitely winners, but like.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Continue.
What happened?
More loud noises.
Ah, that's fun.
I don't know why that happens.
Yeah, I don't know either. So yeah.
I can just go into Audacity and cut it out.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, they have a weird situation going on in Cleveland right now. I think it could be very positive, but who knows?
It's
weird. Like with this off season, a lot of big things have happened, but even with those teams where a big thing happened, it's still like a who knows, you know?
I mean, in this AFC, who knows? Like so many teams are so good, or at least on paper, are so good.
Yeah.
Because like there's, like any of the top 10 teams in the AFC could be in or out of the playoffs. It probably will be decided by like a game or two.
Because also, with speak of the AFC, who knows when Lamar Jackson comes back for the Ravens? That like how good they could be, you know?
I feel like they could win their division.
Yeah. So like, who knows? Like, there's so many. Still need,
like their defensive line got a little worse because they lost Calais Campbell.
Yeah. Where did he go?
And I think he is unsigned still.
Oh, he's walked.
I mean, yeah, he's old and probably expensive. But, I mean, they still don't have the weapons. They have Mark Andrews. That's about it. Rashad Bateman might be good. Like, he looked decent last year. But, like, I still think the Browns or the Bengals win that division just because they have the better weapons. And they have, honestly, I think Lamar's the third best quarterback in that division.
100%. Yeah. Third. Like, wait, who's in that division again?
You have Burrow, Trubisky, obviously the worst, Watson, and Lamar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like I think it goes Watson and Burrow are interchangeable, and then you have Lamar 3. Not saying that he's inherently bad.
Yeah. Just because it's kind of stacked.
Just because it's stacked, and honestly, their passing ability is elite, and his is good. Don't get me wrong; he's a good passer, but not to the same level as those guys.
I mean, I was like, this doesn't speak for much because it's just like training film, but I was watching him throw like earlier today, and it looks a lot more like effortless for a deeper ball. So, granted, it's just him throwing like in an open field, no one around him, no pressure. But
I'm also worried about him getting injured.
Yeah, but you can say the same for Burrow. If Burrow gets hurt, the Bengals are screwed.
I mean, that's with any quarterback.
Yeah,
like any team.
That's true.
But the difference is Burrow is not a run-first quarterback. Like, and their offensive line got significantly better this year.
Yeah.
And Lamar got he didn't get hurt on a run. He got injured on a sack. But like, as much as he does, you're bound to get injured eventually. Like it happens to running backs. I'm not calling him the meme of a running back, but like
I know.
People that run the ball and take a lot of contact often get injured more often. Like that's just the way it is, and if he wants to continue to be elite for a long time, he's gonna need to move off of that and start transitioning more to like a passer.
Which I feel like he has the ability to. He's just because he focuses so much on the running.
They don't have the weapons for him to do that.
They would just have Hollywood Brown, right? That's all they have. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but like he's okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's just all they have. Like,
and they have Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Top 2 tight end.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Who's number 1?
Kelsey. Kittle 3. After his injury history, I can't put him 2. He's gotten injured. Can't put him 2. I'm sorry.
But like pure skill alone, like
I'm going off of the last season. Like, Kittle was injured most of the year.
that's fair. But like when he was back, like he made such a significant improvement to that team.
I mean, yeah, he's a top 3 tight end, but I just think Mark Andrews is a little bit better because he doesn't have an injury history.
I mean, also Mark Andrews, like the point you were just saying, doesn't run as much as Kittle. You know, like
Yeah, and he's more. I mean, and he's like his I mean, obviously his numbers were better last year. But
yeah, because he was hurt most of the season. But like, I feel like, okay. Let me ask you this question: would you want a healthy Kittle or a healthy Mark Andrews?
It depends on the type of offense I'm running. If I'm running a run-first offense, Kittle. If I'm running more of a passing attack, Andrews.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think Andrews is more of a red zone threat.
I'm not saying he's bad.
At least this point in his career, like, I believe that Andrews is more of a red zone threat than Kittle is now. Like, Kittle, maybe like 2 years ago, sure, I would take Kittle over Kelsey 2 years ago. But, like, he's been hurt. He hasn't been there. He's missed a lot of games. It's hard. It's hard to be as elite as he was after you've gotten injured a couple times. Like, maybe next year, maybe next year he'll prove me wrong and be amazing. But we'll see. I mean, he might get hurt again. He might not. He might have an elite, like the best tight end season. Who knows? But as of right now, I'm taking Mark Andrews over Kittle.
I'm gonna have to disagree just because of complete.
Bias 49ers.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's the only reason why I'm disagreeing. But like, I see where you're coming from. You know, like I 100%. I get that. But yeah. Anywho, I don't want to talk about my Niners. They make me depressed.
I want to talk about a sleeper free agent signing. The Bills signing Jamison Crowder.
I know you have the most like knowledge on that because your team.
Yeah. I feel like losing Cole Beasley, he fills that spot and is a little bit more of a vertical threat than Cole Beasley was. And he's a little younger. So I feel like he fits really well.
And not a locker room problem either.
Yeah, it was like a 1 year, $4 million deal. Like, it's really cheap.
Like, if he's good, re-sign him. If he's not, you know.
But I don't want to dwell on that too much because you can't really put any input. But do you want to talk about Jameis Winston? And the Saints?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's a weird.
I feel like they could be competitive.
They could if it all goes to plan, which with the Saints recently, the past couple of years, it has not done that at all.
Last year was on track.
It was, but just then when Jameis got hurt, it was just kind of in the bin at that point. But like if he stays healthy, Kamara somehow comes back and plays. Who knows what happened with him? And then if Michael Thomas comes back, he's healthy.
He'll be back next year.
But if he's the same Michael Thomas, because he's been out for a year and a half, season and a half.
Yeah.
If he's the same, I think he can. I personally believe he's a little overrated. I think he's good. Not number one, personally.
Not number one in the NFL?
Yeah, as a wide receiver.
Okay. I thought you were meaning like a wide receiver one. I was like, there ain't.
Oh, no, he is 100%. No, yeah. But I meant number one as wide receiver. Sorry. That's what I meant. In the league.
Recording stopped.
Why does it do that?
I can hear that on your end, too, which is kind of weird.
Okay, when I just pause it, it'll just...
Yeah.
I just pause it whenever that happens. Okay, go.
Recording in progress.
But I feel like he could... I don't know. The Saints are just a situation that they can be a very good sleeper team. Not even a sleeper. There's a very good contending team.
I mean, with Jameis, they were 5-2.
Exactly, yeah. So they can be a contending team.
Running for that division because they somehow always beat the Bucs in the regular season.
Who knows?
But
who knows?
I feel like he could, if he comes back and plays like he was playing last year, he could have a top 12 season. Like he was on that projection last year.
Yeah,
and
for
he's
sure.
getting Michael Thomas back. Like, Michael Thomas instantly just makes that a better situation.
100%.
I don't know how they figured out the cap. their cap managers are like wizards.
Yeah,
they're like 70 under and they still managed.
They always pull it out somehow. It's insane.
But their defense got a little bit worse. Their offensive line is a little bit worse now that they lost Teron Armstead.
Mm-hmm. So who knows? There's so many who knows. Like there's no one really you can look at and be like, yeah, they'll be good. You know?
I mean, you can. The Bills, the Chiefs are still going to be good. The Chargers.
That's it, I feel like.
The Rams, still going to be good. The Bucks, as long as you have Tom Brady, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
The Browns,
I definitely don't know the Browns.
Where it's more likely to be good than not. Like,
yeah.
Dallas still going to win their division probably. Bengals still probably going to be good. We haven't talked about any of the Vikings.
We haven't really done. We talked about Kirk Cousins, and then we talked about them
last episode.
Last time, yeah.
I feel like I didn't put this on the topic list for today, but I want to talk about it because I feel like without Devontae, I feel like if the Vikings play to their potential, which they haven't, but now they have a new coach, get that goon, whatever their old head coach, I forgot his name, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
He's not a bad coach. He was just
it didn't work out.
He didn't fit the Vikings.
It was an experiment that went on too long.
Yeah, because he was there from like the early 2010s, right?
Mm-hmm. He was there for a long time.
But now they have an offensive coach. You have Kirk Cousins, who's
not terrible.
Is like I think he's my number 10 quarterback. Like he's maintained good numbers and produced at a pretty high level for like the past couple seasons.
Yeah.
You have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen's coming back, Dalvin Cook's back. Like they have a really good offense, and if they maximize their potential, they have a better offense than Green Bay. But Green Bay has I think the Vikings could challenge Green Bay for that division if they wanted to.
I definitely think so because they have more weapons comparatively to Green Bay. You know,
way more weapons.
Way more. Like, yeah, you have Aaron Rodgers,
but I'm picking Dalvin Cook over Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I'm picking Alexander Madison over AJ. Actually, that one's iffy because AJ Dillon's really good. I feel like you could pick either one.
I would go Madison personally.
Madison's more of like a elusive, where Dillon's more of like a power back.
Mm-hmm. I never knew. Is it Madison or Matheson?
Madison. I think it's Alexander Madison.
Okay. I thought there was T's or something. I don't know.
There's two T's. Madison. But you know who we're talking about.
Yeah. I just didn't know how you pronounce it. I always said it wrong.
But when Dalvin Cook got hurt, he comes in and plays the role of Dalvin Cook really well. Like they can still produce with backup running backs. Sure, they lost Tyler Conklin, but tight end, I'm sure they'll be able to find one somewhere. They always but from Kyle Rudolph to Tyler Conklin, they always find a tight end to produce for them.
Mm-hmm.
But with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, you don't really need a tight end as much because Justin Jefferson is that elite of a receiver that he can take that you over the top in that area.
I was so upset when we didn't draft him. Anywho, besides the point.
I feel like the Eagles have been saying that forever.
Well, yeah, Eagles, but we had to pick. But besides the point, we could have got him.
No,
CD Lamb.
that was our pick. That was our pick.
Well, we were the third pick.
What?
In that draft with him and CD Lamb and
yeah, you had the number 3
yeah.
overall. Who'd you pick?
A D tackle. Can't remember his name.
Solomon Thomas?
No, we had him already. I think it might have been. I can tell you. What year was that? 2020.
2020. Yeah, because we're going into their third year.
Yeah.
I thought that's the year after you guys went to the Super Bowl.
It was, and we some reason saw the third. Okay, I think it was 2019 then.
No, it was the 2020 draft. Because we're going into their third year, so they would have played 2020 and 2021.
Did we not have am I hallucinating? I remember us having a high pick.
Don't believe you did. The year before,
we had I don't know where third came from. Oh, because we had that pick and then we traded it. Yeah, sorry. We had the 14th pick. But we had a high pick, and we traded down. I'm pretty sure.
Well, who'd you take at 14?
Javion Kinlaw. Javen Kinlaw.
Know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
Niners. I mean, I haven't heard him anywhere.
Number 99. Yeah, he's done nothing. Then, granted, no, we could have. Jerry Jeudy was the next pick after that for Denver, and then 2 after that
Jerry
was.
Jeudy
Then it was
was
AJ Terrell. Then it was CeeDee Lamb.
Poverty 49ers. Right
Yeah, dude. Justin Jefferson's pick, he was. Eight picks later.
8 picks.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson was. Then we went, we'll get Brandon Ayuk. Don't get me wrong, I think Brandon Ayuk, he's gotten way better than I thought he would be. But
he's not Justin Jefferson.
Not Justin Jefferson. Granted, we dodged a bullet with Henry Ruggs. That was a bullet that was dodged. But
he was good before that.
Yeah. And who knows if he would have done the same, if he would have done that in San Francisco, but.
I guess you could say you dodged a car.
It's just that was a rough draft. I was with my friend, and we watched that together, and I was distraught.
I think the Raiders could be good, really good this year.
Yeah, 100%. Because Derek Carr and Adams
last year.
Yeah, and they have chemistry. Granted, they don't have that same head coach, which was a big part of that.
Yeah.
But they still have a solid team.
Do you think that what's his name, the dude from New England that they hired, the New England offensive coordinator that they hired?
Dude, oh my God, I'm blanking.
I know Josh McDaniels. That's his name.
I feel like as long as they have.
I feel like he's a long shot for a head coach.
He is, but I feel like if they still have the same assistant coaches around him, it will help. But it does really depend. They have a lot.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Yeah, I can hear it, mildly. They have a lot of good pieces.
You have to hear that, by the way.
I don't know. They have solid pieces, but can they do it? It's really up to him.
Another major thing I want to talk about is the Bengals going all in on protecting Joe Burrow.
Just a smart thing.
They signed Alex Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
They signed, I think you pronounce it Lael Collins from the Cowboys. I think they also signed someone else, but I'm not. Their name doesn't remember off the top.
I'm pretty sure it was a third.
But their offensive line looks really good now. Mm-hmm. But even when their offensive line is better, I still think that they're gonna have a Super Bowl hangover. It's happened for every year of the Super Bowl recently, except maybe the Chiefs, but they're the Chiefs. But I feel like last year everything just went so perfect in their way that it's hard. They didn't get injured. I think they got lucky to a certain degree last year.
Yeah.
And I think that's not something that they'll be able to replicate, and if they're not ready for it, they could struggle this year. Because their defense on paper isn't inherently amazing. They just had a really good playoff run. And they re-signed Eli Apple.
I don't want to get into that because that's just a joke. But I don't know. I agree with you that I guess I'll say this. You can't win a football game just having good offense, Yeah. Because your defense can't protect, you can't stop points from happening. There's points where you can't just outgun them, so.
Yeah, you can't do that every game.
Exactly.
That's what happened with Deshaun Watson and the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
When they went 4-12,
mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson was having a career year.
Mm-hmm.
but they went 4-12 because their defense couldn't stop a paper cut.
It's
Like,
I don't know. I think it's really smart to protect Burrow because yes, you protect him this year, then the next year, so he stays healthy, you get more defensive weapons or whatever they do. But I don't think it's a bad play. I think it was either one or the other with their situation they have because of the cap space and who they have already. I feel like either going,
who day?
huh?
I said who day. That's the Bengals motto.
Oh. I didn't know that actually. So I feel like it was either go one way or the other. So
Yeah.
I feel like you couldn't go wrong either way. You know, well, no, you could have went wrong if you went more defensive because then, God forbid, Burrow gets hurt again. You know, and then your season's just.
I got so scared at the Super Bowl when he went down and was
In his leg went
clenching
like,
his knee.
yeah.
I thought the game was over.
I thought it was too. Then he came
thought
running
he
back
wasn't
out.
coming back.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he back out right now?
He's a
Like he
gamer.
just looked at like the most pain of all time.
The scream he had when that happened was like.
It looked like he tore his ACL again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what it looked like.
I'm pretty sure
And I
was it the same leg?
No, it was the other
The other
leg,
leg?
which might be worse.
Yeah, because then you have two bad legs. You can't even
But,
like do anything.
But like if they don't, if I don't know, I just feel like as of right now, my pick to win the division is the Browns, but I could see the Bengals getting in a wild card
I could see it.
spot. It's like
I mean-
if the Deshaun Watson works out, they're easily the best team in that division. 'Cause
Guarantee.
They have the best quarterback.
Yeah.
They have the best running back, the best offensive line, the best defensive player, and like that's all you really need. Deshaun Watson has that ability to go out there and win you games.
Yeah. And as long as you give him
Especially if they
weapons.
draft well.
Yep.
Wait, I mean they don't have a lot of picks because they just traded them all. But the Texans are in a really good spot now to rebuild.
Yeah.
Like, they're in a really good spot.
100%.
They have a quarterback that could like has potential.
Mhm.
I feel like if Davis Mills stayed one more year at Stanford, he would have been the best quarterback in this draft, easily.
Yeah.
But they have Davis Mills. They still have Brandon Cooks. Sure, like after that, there's not much there. But now they have a bunch of draft capital. They still have Laramie Tunsil too. Like,
Yeah.
they'll have a bunch of draft capital, and if they draft right, they can. They can have a really successful rebuild.
Yeah, that division's just a little. I don't know.
Tough.
Yeah, it's tough to say. That's,
The whole AFC is tough.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
you definitely have your locks, like locked in teams, but then there's a lot of teams you're just like, it's who knows.
Yeah, honestly, who knows? I mean, but I think that does it for this episode.
Yeah, it's really everything.
We will be back. This hopefully will be uploaded Monday,
Yeah.
and we will be back within the next couple of days with our NBA podcast with our friend Sean returning.
Yes.
And make sure to
Playoffs
subscribe.
are starting.
Playoffs are starting in a couple weeks. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Twitter.
Like and subscribe down there.
Link in the description. And you have a fantastic day.
Have a good one, guys.